Good afternoon. My name is Dr. Jonathan Oates, Borough Archivist for the London Borough of Ealing, and this is part 3 of a 4-part series looking at how Ealing and its environs were impacted by VE and VJ Day. James Durbin, an Acton resident, recalled, "From early morning on that day, the area was a hive of activity in preparation for the celebration. An abandoned gypsy caravan had been found on a local coach house, and as a base for the focal point of activities had been wheeled to the junction of Park Road North and Osborne Road. On the roof were the guys representing the three Axis powers, Hitler, Mussolini and Turgot. The day was spent filling the inside with combustible material, and more was strewn on the outside. When darkness fell, a large crowd witnessed the lighting of the fire. There were no fireworks available. The making of explosives had been for other purposes. The biggest cheer of the evening came when a local woman symbolically threw her blackout curtains into the flames. Late into the night, it was agreed that it was the best bonfire there had ever been." There were a few criticisms of these events. Harry Longstreet, Acton's MP from 1943 to 1945, told how he had been sent letters urging him to use what influence he had to stop, or at least to restrict, any celebrations which included the sale of alcohol. He did not do so, of course. In fact, there does not seem to be any instance of drunkenness or disorder. Even when policemen had to stop people from throwing park benches into the bonfire at Walpole Park, there was no violence. There were also some complaints that there was no bunting on Acton Town Hall, to which the councillors stated that they had been unable to acquire any, although perhaps to have foreseen the need for them would not have been the work of a genius. There were organised events in the days that followed the 8th of May. Acton, Ealing and Southall councils all organised victory parades. These were marches past of men and women from various uniformed organisations, mainly civil, such as the fire service, the home guard and the civil defence, but scouts and guides were also involved. There would also be marching bands, and their route would take them to the district's main park, Walpole Park for Ealing and Acton Park and Southall Park for those districts. The mayor would make a speech on the occasion, and apparently about 2,000 people took part in each parade. There were also concerts and dancers. On the 10th of May, a victory ball was held in Acton Town Hall. Towards the evening's end, the band went to play on the balcony overlooking the street, and couples left the ballroom to dance on the high street, clearly having no fears of any traffic. The concert was also put on by musicians from Czechoslovakia, Austria and Poland who had fled their countries due to the war, and these concerts were an acknowledgement of thanks for their temporary refuge. A choral service of thanksgiving took place at St Dunstan's Church in East Acton on the 17th of May. Schools were all closed on the 8th and 9th of May. The entry in the logbook of Acton Wells School is typical of many. Victory Day in Europe celebrations. School was suitably decorated and children had holiday another 2 days. Often on the day back, on the 10th of May, there were Thanksgiving services held in the schools. That at Northfields was covered by the Reverend Beck. Alderman Mrs Taylor spoke at St Anne's School on a like occasion. At Coston Junior School, as well as this, there was also community singing in the afternoon, and on the 11th of May, a victory party in the playground. The splendid tea had been provided by the parents, and a Union flag had decorated the building. However, as the logbook of St Anne's noted, the attendance was not good owing to the late nights of rejoicing, bonfires, etc. However, It was not fun and games for everybody. Reports were still coming in of servicemen from local families having been killed in the last days of war in Europe. For example, there was Lance Corporal Dennis Brown of the Royal Fusiliers, killed in Italy, and whose parents lived in a house in Glenfield Road, West Ealing. Another was Corporal Thomas Brind of the Coldstream Guards, who was from Heathway in Southall. He died in war, aged 32. Acton's mayoress was aware of this issue and had an open letter published in the Acton Gazette on this theme. She noted, flags and cheers must indeed seem to them to be tinged with a sense of mockery. But some people were looking to the future. The Greenford branch of the Labour Party began to plan for the forthcoming election, and there were schemes for post-war plans as well. These included a children's paddling pool on Haven Green. More serious was the idea to have a youth centre at Gunnersbury, raised by public subscriptions and administered by the councils of Brentford, Chiswick, Acton and Ealing. This is the end of part 3. If you like this, please tick on the like box and don't forget to subscribe to Ealing Library's Facebook page. Thank you.